Thank you for joining me today. So I'm working in this construction area. If you guys have been following my videos, you know that this is a new area that I'm working on in my garden. In fact, this is the last area of this part of the garden. I'm really excited to get to the end, but still there's lots of work to be done. And many of you probably know that I have been I started this garden from really there was nothing here, and slowly I created all the flower beds, etc. So this is my last flower bed here, and I'm hoping with this I'm hoping with this pergola here that I can maybe create some really nice, interesting sitting area to get together with friends, have maybe barbecue, and also it's kind of I guess intentional, I should say, to create this area to the end of the garden is because I would like to utilize the entire garden versus just look the garden from you know, just from the front door. And so what I want to do is have friends to come and walk through it and get here, and so they can really engage within the garden, with everything that's going on there, because there's so many nice things to see here. And when we sit by the door, it's kind of like, you know, we don't really get to see everything in the garden. And so that's the idea behind putting this area to the end of the garden, where everybody can stroll through the garden to get here and engage with everything that's going on here. And so it looks ugly before it gets pretty. It's just how it is. And I've been digging, as you can see. George came out and helped me. That last area he actually tilled with the machine, which was really, really helpful. We got quite a bit of roots. You can see we dug out lots of things that I still have to haul away. And but you know, I got quite a bit of a ways where I can start planting, because as you know, spring is coming, which is super exciting. And you know, lots of the things that are available this time of a season I really don't want to miss. And you probably should do the same, because this is the time where there is lots of shrubs and flowers and bulbs and lots of things that are available in the summer. Obviously they're not going to be, if you don't get them now, you probably will wait until next spring or next fall to buy certain things. So I'm excited to get started with this. I just wanted to say that I kind of wanted to talk about this flower bed first a little bit, because you can see we have lots of, I think they're pine trees. I'm not exactly sure. They obviously have been here for a long time. We cut down all the dead branches and stuff, tried to make it you know, as neat as possible. Eventually, I'm not sure if we will get rid of them or what, we don't know, but for now they're still doing good, so we are going to leave them alone. But in the meantime, this is going to be an interesting area, because from this side it gets morning sun, and yet you know, for a little while, and then clearly, you know, the sun passes away this way, so that other side of the garden gets the hot afternoon sun. So this area is going to be kind of a woodlandy garden, and what I'm thinking to do is probably plants that like part shade, because at the minute sun passes, they will be in a shade. So morning sun, afternoon shade, which is probably very ideal for hydrangeas, camellias, rhododendrons, azaleas. And I'm thinking probably incorporate quite a few of, maybe lots of even fall bulbs, like lots of, maybe in the fall I can plant lots of hyacinths and maybe daffodils, and you know, hopefully some other things, maybe primroses, just phylarias and hellebores and things like that, that like to be in a part shade and also create that woodlandy, interesting, you know, sort of bed. So really excited about this area. So today what I want to do is I wanted to go ahead and plant a few plants that I already purchased. So I have 3 of these little guys. They're small, but they will get big. This is a fairy hydrangea. I'm sorry, scratch that. This is a fairy magnolia. I don't know why I said that. A fairy magnolia. I have one in my garden currently, and absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. One of my absolute favorite plants. If you haven't planted this plant, please do. This plant does really well in the sun or in a shade or part shade area, and so they do like a little bit of acidity in the soil, but they really acclimate quite well in all types of soils. And so I think the acidity part, what I'm going to do, since I have alkaline soil, I think I'm going to probably mix in some ashes and things like that to give acidic properties to them, to be able to at least, you know, not suffer too much and hopefully do well. So I wanted to show you this because my other plant that I have in the garden. Now this one, there are two kinds of fairy magnolias. First of all, I want to say that they're evergreens, which is really nice. And so what I'm going to do is plant three here. They don't get very big. They get about 2 meters in height, and you can always trim them the way you like. But also, you know, I just want filtered sun because I still want this area to get some sun. Otherwise, plants will really suffer if it's a deep shade. So I want to filter the sun and also give a little bit of a privacy where we can sit here and, you know, just be a little more private. And so first, let me show you my other one that I have in the garden so you can see what this plant actually will become. So if you come this way, I will show you. This is fairy magnolia right here. So this one is fairy magnolia white or cream. And so there's two varieties, white ones and blush pink. So this one is white, and they have the most absolute sweet smell. And they're not very big. The flowers are not very big, but they're just, you can see all the buds. Even without the flowers, they look so ornamental. All these beautiful buds, they almost look like a velvety kind of have velvety exterior, which makes it very interesting and shiny. Evergreen leaves, which gives a winter interest. Also, you can see it's not so compact. Light will still go through it, and you know, in the spring you can always trim them if you want them to be a little more compact. So absolutely love this plant. So going to plant three of these guys, and we will pop the picture maybe on the screen so you can see. But this one is blush pink, so it will be a little in a pinker tone, which will be really cool. So let's go this way now, back to the garden. Next thing what I want to plant today is camellias. So this one, and we have a plane going through. Give it a minute. So this one is Camellia japonica, and Camellia japonica is, you know, it's a very slow grower. They will get up to probably, I can see well here. I don't think it says how high, how tall it gets, but they become shrubs. They're not super tall, maybe 2 meters in height, and probably 1.5 meters in wide. I'm not exactly sure, but I've seen them around, and it takes them a long time to get there. They are very slow growers, and they're quite expensive to get if you get them in a large forms, because it takes them just a really long time to get, you know, to get tall. So anyway, but this one is white. You can see color. It looks like it has a little kind of a peachy little bit centers, or maybe that's the light, I'm not sure. But even if it's just clear white, I'm really happy about it. I love the white flowers against this beautiful dark glossy leaves, and especially being in a more of a part shady area, I kind of like to have lighter color flowers or lighter tones with the green, just because they really pop and look amazing in a shade. So that's this one, which you can see I have so many buds on them. Look how beautiful this is. And this one is already opening. Look at that. So pretty. So, and I have another one here. So I'm going to plant 2 camellias, and this one is also absolutely gorgeous, and I will show you the flower. This one has an open flower already. Look at that. It's a creamy yellow center. It almost looks like a peony-like flower. Absolutely love it. I'm very excited. So anyway, just really excited about this garden. It's going to be interesting, and many of you know it takes a long time to create a bed. It evolves over time. You change things. Some things are just not where you want them to be in the beginning, but at least I can start somewhere and then start working through. I think I want to plant maybe more clematis here because it gets morning sun, afternoon shade. I think clematis are just really great for that light. Also, it will give me a little bit of a vertical interest here as well. Maybe Japanese anemones. So anyway, I'm just kind of curious and interested how this whole thing is going to come alive. And eventually I think it's going to be gorgeous, and it's fun to create something like this. So I encourage everybody to get out there and create something. It's just a wonderful feeling. So I'm just going to go ahead and start planting. Also, I wanted to say just really quick that I already have some compost. And by the way, for any of you guys who have been following my videos, you know that I'm composting, and I had so much harvest. I harvested so much compost last time. It's all pretty much gone. I've literally used every bed in the gardens, in the containers, and the plants are really happy. So but what I did is I have my compost, homemade compost here, and also I'm using some ashes in there. So I'm going to mix this in the soil when I plant this plant, because they like acidity in the soil. So hopefully the ash will give them natural acidity. But we'll just go ahead and get this started. Okay, so today this is all I'm going to do in this video. Thank you so much for watching. But you probably noticed when I planted my camellias, you probably noticed I planted a little higher than the ground level, just because they really don't like sitting in the water. It will help them drain. They don't like their crown to be wet all the time. So when I watered, but they do like the water, so they don't like being dry. And so when I watered, the water will run off on all sides, and they will not have the wet feet. So anyway, this is all what I have to do today in this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you like them, please don't forget to subscribe to my videos. And thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed, our new subscribers. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.